No, not Diddy.
Call them modest get-togethers. Others, hedonistic romps. For the next 53 seconds, we'll take an in-depth look inside Diddy parties.
Diddy once threw a party on a jet flying around the world. Now, it started on a Tuesday and somehow ended on the previous Sunday.
What?
I don't know how he did that.
Now that I'm engaged, I've decided to slow down a little. 3 Diddy parties a week. Maybe 4. Well, not including the weekends.
Boy, I remember one day we went to this Diddy party.
Oh, what happened?
Lil Jon forgot his pimp cup.
Yep.
D-Rock went to Diddy and asked if he had a pimp cup Lil Jon can borrow.
And he had a whole bunch of pimp cups.
He had a pimp set.
It's hard to say which is more off the hook, a Diddy party or a Diddy after party, or a Diddy after party, which is basically a pre-party for the next Diddy party.
The Diddy Party legend continues tonight at 8 p.m. 7 Central.
Well, that day is past, but LPF Con is coming. Everyone, welcome to the Go Home Show of Swamp Creatures.
Wow.
Woo!
Oh, look at the logo. I like that. That's cool up there for the convention.
I could change it to this, I just like having that there. It's fun.
yeah, that's crazy. Welcome, Dave Benner, also.
Yeah. What's up, dude?
Word, just chilling, man. How are you guys doing? Happy coming of the summer, pretty much.
That's right.
soon.
We're coming. It's gonna be fun.
So is the heat hitting you
thanks for
guys up
hopping
there
on
in
so fast.
Tennessee?
Yeah, a little bit. It's been pretty hot lately. We were getting like our first 90, so it's probably like nothing to you guys, but we are, I guess.
Yeah. Your first 90.
Yeah.
That's
first
how you know
90.
summer's there.
Yeah.
There you go. Mitch, what the fuck are you wearing right now?
Well, I had a purple bandana, but the lighting sucks, and I thought, because the intro, why not? But
You look like a gay
fuck, that didn't
baller.
work. I thought, what, were you with Grove Street? You with Grove
Yeah,
Street?
of course.
Grove-
Who's not?
Grove Street till you die, because I got them both for convention.
Yeah.
It's GTA.
Oh, man. Whatever.
Can we address the elephant in the room? Did you play that Tiffany Henyard rap video in the waiting room?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Okay. She just dropped that because
About a
she
month
just
ago,
did the
yeah.
thing where she was feeding the people like a month ago or so.
Yeah. Yep.
So she's starving the board and feeding the people.
That's right.
I don't know. I need to get y'all's takes on that. Dave, have you been following Tiffany Henyard and that whole thing going on in Chicago?
Dude, I have no idea who that is, but I'm following like the political stuff, like most of it.
Tim,
This
you can probably give him a better rundown and the people a better rundown of what's going on.
Yeah, Tiffany Henyard. She got the moniker Super Mayor because she was appointed to the township and also the mayor. She was like holding 2 different spots in government.
She's like Xi Jinping for
So she got the title of super mayor, and then people started paying attention to where she was spending the money. She spent a bunch of money to go on trips to Vegas and just kind of travel around and buy herself a car, hire herself all these cool people, just like, typical local government corruption bullshit. What made Tiffany unique, though, is rather than just like, folding to it or whatever, she would go on like 2-hour rants. She would bring the whole group in and just go on 2-hour rants about. That's where this clip comes from, this little piece here. That's one of those 2-hour rants where she's like, y'all are black, coming down on a black woman who's in power. And she's getting so pissed off because they would dare challenge her and how she spends the money. So anyway, long story shorter, she ended up being investigated for it. She was voted out of office and got recalled. Lori Lightfoot was designated to be her prosecutor or whatever.
Lori Lightfoot said, hey, you got to calm the corruption down.
Yeah. So now where we're at is Tiffany Henyard is no longer a super mayor or any elected position. She is now a ghetto street rapper. Oh, and before she got elected, she was arrested for like breaking into cars and shit. So she's going back full circle.
Is this in Florida?
No, Illinois.
Okay, yeah. I don't know why I haven't even caught wind of this, and I assume it's all over Twitter. It probably just I missed it. Interesting.
I recommend Actual Justice Warrior has a whole playlist from beginning to end. You can go watch the whole thing.
Him and Nate the lawyer do a fantastic job, but yeah, the Tiffany Henyard lore is definitely something for the American history books. But anyway, we got a lot of stuff to get in here tonight for the Go Home show. Real quickly, we do have a tradition to get into here. Tim, what are you drinking on?
I'm going to I'm gonna finish the Savannah bourbon tonight. I bought some wild turkey and I bought some Bacardi to make swamp juice. So I don't know where I'm going after this, but I'm gonna finish this bourbon. That's the plan.
Rob?
Yeah, I'm gonna wreck the regime with these high risers. I found these at my local Apple market. So yeah, I'm gonna drink these. They're pretty good.
And while he pretends to wreck the regime, I will wreck the regime in the most traditional way possible with the gummy and just liquid IV because I need to get something to not kill me for once.
We got to prepare for the weekend.
Yeah, no. Might as well get the fluids in now before the weekend is crazy. So LPF Con is going to be nuts. But before we jump in a little bit here too, Dave, do you kind of just want to tell our audience a little bit about yourself and like what you do with like LP Tennessee and whatnot, and some of the stuff you've done?
Well, yeah, I mean, I was communications director there for 2 years, helped build that account a little bit, and then I became the vice chair to finish up for our departed former vice chair. My term just ended. But I've been involved in the liberty movement one way or the other since 2004. I initially joined the party in 2004, kind of left because of the Ron Paul revolution, supported him, always contributed to 10th Amendment Center and the Mises Institute to some extent. Now I'm a content creator. I've written 3 books. One is on Thomas Paine. I wrote a biography on him a few years back. And, I know a lot of you guys and know a lot of people in the liberty movement. So that's me.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
One of the books just came out too, right?
Actually 2022, but man, it seems like yesterday. Oh, the audio did you ask about the audio books? I just published them in audio format recently for
that might be what I'm thinking of. I thought I saw your name pop up with something like pretty recently. So if the audio books are you reading them yourself?
No, I used an AI, but it's actually really good. Kindle's direct publishing platform has really advanced a lot. I was actually pretty floored because my book uses a lot of French names because of Paine's place in the French Revolution. He actually played a pretty major role in it, and there's a lot of French names, so it actually was pretty good. So
nice.
I proved that.
I like audio. I like listening to audiobooks. Whenever I have the time, try and substitute the podcast listening with that because I'm at work. I read all day for work, so I'm not trying to read when I get home. So huge. That's good for my market, the dumb I don't want to read market.
Yeah.
So that stuff always fascinates me too, and ironically enough, that kind of does segue into the first thing I got here. So you talked a little bit about the French Revolution there, so I got to ask you: do you think the Illuminati were involved in the French Revolution?
I don't know. I can tell you about like the different political factions and stuff, but I'd be speculating as to that. So I have no interesting or intriguing answer there.
Fair enough. Not much out there on the Illuminati, but there is info out there on another member of the Illuminati. VH1 made a thing praising him back in the 90s. Tim, if you want to bring that up. If you think the Diddy promo was awkward, oh man.
It's crazy how that was real.
Yeah, this was real too.
This is real.
No!
It gets worse.
Oh no, God. A schoolhouse.
We didn't start early, Barfo. We started on time.
Hasn't been in there.
He's got CCTV in the building. He doesn't have to set up any surveillance. It's already there.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And those guys know what the inside looks like. So they might be on the list.
Yeah.
The snow melts.
That's crazy.
Your Honor,
I can't
can you
believe
exhibit F the VH1 Cribs video? That's insane.
Yeah.
Looking back at it, I mean, and Kevin Spacey had some allegations, although House of Cards was amazing, and Kevin Spacey is good in my book. I think Kevin's and Chris,
except for all the guys he raped.
Yeah, well, he is not guilty of doing that, right?
Well, I mean, did you see the vaguely thrilling videos he put out after all those dudes died?
No, what did he say?
Wait.
Yeah, there's like a series of like 3 or 4 videos of him that he put out after these like accusers died mysteriously, where he's
I didn't know they
like
died mysteriously.
I thought threats. Like it's really weird. I'm not even kidding.
No, that is weird, but
like one of them is him sitting next to like a fireplace. Like they're very strange videos.
This sounds like a episode for a deep dive. We need a deep dive on Kevin Spacey, huh? We're the new Candace Owens podcast. I mean, obviously she's doing what she's doing with Macron and everybody, but I don't know. I'm going to request one for Kevin Spacey.
Yeah. In the span of 1 year, 3 of Kevin Spacey's accusers all died.
No way, dude. How do I not remember this? This was not even 2 years ago. Yeah, just about 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2023. Yeah. I don't know why it grayed out. I don't know. It's not letting me click on anything, see how it grays itself out. It's kind of weird.
No, it's one of those.
Kevin Spacey said, and when they click, gray it out.
They don't want
They
to
click, gray it out. Oh man. Anyway, I just thought though that was funny because just to see both those things and just like, I can't believe they were literally parading this shit around out in the open. It only makes me wonder what's out in the open right now that we're just not paying attention to.
That we don't remember. Yeah. That is crazy.
Spacey's the one where a lot of the accusers came forward, and in that moment, he's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm gay, and I'm announcing that." Isn't that the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Just he tried to steal the moment with that. Yeah,
but he smoothed it over because everyone was like, "Yeah, and we knew about it, but we didn't tell anybody." I don't know because he wasn't gay before then, right? It wasn't.
He never admitted it. Yeah.
I mean, there was always weird stuff before then too.
Yeah, like all the people he raped.
I mean, I hate to even laugh about this stuff, but it's like he wanted to deflect from the original story completely by making it about himself, and I think he faced a lot of criticism for that. Like,
yeah. I wonder if that's like boomer mentality. Like he thought like, oh, all I got to do is say that I'm gay, and now no one else will talk about all the rape stuff. They'll just talk about how I'm gay. But he didn't realize it doesn't work anymore. No one cares.
I heard Tim Dillon kind of talking about this because he interviewed Kevin Spacey, or Kevin Spacey did the intro to his new comedy special. And with actors and musicians and other people of like high stature, you have a separate person for them. Like in our minds, they are, Kevin Spacey from the House of Cards or what? Frank Underwood. He's Frank Underwood. He's not even Kevin Spacey who does the bad things.
In your mind, yeah.
And that's why there's like two systems of justice. The one for those kind of people, and then the regular one for us normal people.
Just want to enjoy House of Cards, damn it.
Oh yeah, I mean, so good. It was good at that time too. It was like one of the best Netflix shows before all that started happening.
And it's no coincidence that the moment they made his wife be president, that the show went to shit. Okay.
The first season with her as president was still pretty good because she's still Blair, right? Blair Underwood.
Yeah,
I think she was still pretty like ruthless, honestly.
It went to shit.
Oh man,
kind of like The Last of Us. Or whatever.
Yeah.
What's next, Mitch? Let's keep it rolling.
Anyway, so it seems like Elon's 130 days, 100 days, whatever the fuck it is finally coming up, and everyone is theorizing what the hell's up with his black eye.
Yeah, this article you gave. Yeah, I want to, but the article you gave me is fucking blocked.
Son of a bitch. I was just trying to pull up the picture of his black eye. I wasn't trying to pull up the article. So if you could just pull up a picture of the black eye itself.
Yeah, I got it.
I
was looking these up earlier.
Saw it. It seemed like kind of it was on the corner, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Said he got slugged by someone else, but it doesn't like Elon said that his kid gave it to him, and honestly, a kid with a toy, I could see that the way it looks.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
No, I've definitely seen some kids rock someone with like a hardcover book before.
It was definitely Mike Johnson for what he said about the latest bill. Johnson was like, and this is for what you said about the big, beautiful bill.
And he hits like a 4-year-old.
Yeah. Or one of his many baby mamas getting mad at him, which I could also see.
This is his. Yeah.
I have honestly, Rob, that's the best answer yet.
Yeah. I'm only going to pay you $120,000 this year. Wow.
Let's put our lie detector hats on and see what he says.
Mr. Musk, what is your eye okay? What happened to your eye? I noticed there was a bruise there.
Well, it wasn't. I wasn't anywhere near France. Yeah, no, I was just horsing around with little X, and I said, "Go ahead, punch me in the face." And
X could do it. If you knew X,
I saw his mom right now.
Billionaire Elon Musk paid.
He's with his mom. This like editing is fucking crazy.
The deflection immediately to Bridget and Macron.
That's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah. 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 And you know,
he had that like set up, like he had that in his back pocket. That's what's funny.
He did. Do you think someone told him to do it though?
Oh, he thought of this. He thought he might get asked about it, and he had it contrived, like pretty clearly, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I just want to say about us putting the lie detector on Elon. He literally went on Joe Rogan and lied about playing Dark Souls or whatever, being like the #1 player in the world while paying people to like.
I think it was
play
Path
and
of
boost the stats.
Actually, Diablo 4 hardcore.
Diablo 4. There you go.
Recently.
Yeah. So I don't know. That was within a year. I don't trust him now, because why would you lie about that? Such a silly thing to lie about.
So one of the rumors that people have said is that this could have happened because of drugs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which, if that is, as far as I'm concerned, Elon got even more of a libertarian cred.
But he said he doesn't do drugs.
Yeah.
Officer, those drugs aren't mine.
He needs to do some drugs, but did you see how he's, again, back to the Joe Rogan podcast, did you see him smoke weed on the podcast? He was like,
not really. Yeah, he was very bad at it.
Yeah, he's very bad at doing drugs. I think he's, no, I don't.
It's good to be bad at that, I would say.
It is good to be bad at that.
Right?
Maybe you would build more rockets if we weren't on drugs. Maybe we would build more rockets.
I mean, I remember when he was with Grimes, there was some story that came out with some chick that did a threesome with him and Grimes where they did like a bunch of drugs. So.
Well, she's like an EDM artist, right? So.
Yeah. So like it wasn't out of the realm of, like of course.
No, that's just normal.
That just looks like autism. He's just bored.
I don't think he wants to be it. When was this? Like a couple days ago?
He's got the black eye, so got to be recent. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he's just ready to get out of there. The stuff they're doing with Doge, they're not codifying his cuts in the House or the Senate.
Oh, but they've announced they might codify up to 9.7 billion, guys.
Oh yeah.
And they're offering $1 trillion Pentagon budget that's about 100 billion more than Biden's, but they might codify 10 billion, maybe, if you're lucky.
I'm assuming we're segueing here, Mitch, because I don't think you would have.
We are segueing perfectly in here because they're only codifying what is essentially basically a fraction of a penny compared to what else is in the big, beautiful bill, which Elon is right when he says it could be big, it could be beautiful, it can't be both. And so it leads us to question who's going to be Elon's next racehorse, because I assume he's budding out because he realizes he's not getting what he wants from Trump, and I assume he's looking around and he's playing nice with a lot of different people, some people that we'll actually like here in a second. But you guys got any theories?
Well, I'm cheating because I can see the notes, but
yeah, I mean, he's spoken highly of and retweeted both Rand Paul and Thomas Massey today. Maybe I spoiled it, but I don't think that he's going to stick around in politics. I think he's going to give lip service to some of these people that actually do believe in cuts, but focus on his companies. That it doesn't make sense, I don't think, for him to do anything else at this point.
Yeah,
I kind of agree with that. I mean, I saw a meme that kind of summed it up. I tried cutting government spending and it was too hard, so I'm going to land a rocket on Mars. Like, that's how hard it was to cut the government in half, is he'd rather just try to put a human on Mars. And I was like, that sums up how I feel about it.
That makes sense. I mean, he's only got to coordinate with people that he pays. It's take a lot more money to pay off these politicians. That'd be crazy to see. Yeah.
I mean, I'd imagine he'd still be playing the game behind the scenes, but I don't think we're ever going to see him jumping up and down at a rally again like we did.
Yeah, he may have learned his lesson there.
I think we get more Nazi salutes, though. I'm pro.
There we go.
Roman.
More.
His heart, Rob, we've been over this. It's not a Nazi salute. He was just telling us
only
that his heart goes out.
Not if it's Cory Booker, though.
Yeah. Well, Corey did the spread fingers. He did like the UFC, got to get your finger
That's what they're
and
going
your
with.
glove checked. Yeah. That is not Nazi. Nazi for sure. Nazi for sure.
Didn't Tim Walz though have like an even worse one that they showed some months ago? It was like he just like his literally like it wasn't even like Cory Booker has like the open hand at least.
Yeah.
Like
everything about Tim Walz is disease, so I don't know the answer, but it has to be true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I just don't even know, man. A lot of Nazis apparently.
But what do we? So we're coming up on the end of what Q2. It comes up in July, right? So
right.
What do you think? Are we going to see some numbers at like from these tariffs? And what do you think, Dave? As far as
there's been a stay on the tariffs, but most of the tariffs were actually rescinded, not only on the sweeping ones that applied to countries other than China, but then Trump kind of engineered a deal with China to drop tariffs that were involved in a trade war. So a lot of the tariffs that remain are minuscule compared to what we saw originally. And that's why you saw the market rally. That is the biggest fear on Wall Street. And you had, 2 consecutive days that were some of the strongest in S&P history because they are rescinded. But we'll have to see. There's a stay on the ones that the court said were unconstitutional, but who knows how much time could go by until that case is heard. We know for sure. In my mind, it's totally constitutional. There's nothing in the Constitution that allows one branch to permanently defer its power to another. It's, ludicrous. Article 1, Section 1, even if you're a constitutionalist, I mean, some of us are probably Spoonerites, but it says that the legislative power is to be confined in the legislature, and only the legislature has the ability to levy tariffs and taxes. So,
yeah. So that you think they would have been thrown out anyway?
I think it should be. I do think it's selective that the hammer's coming down on this now because tariffs have been imposed by the president unilaterally when Congress has given it discretionary authority in the past. But the hammer's coming now on Trump, I think, because, a lot of people oppose Trump and it's popular to oppose Trump in many regards. But this was a controversy even in the earliest days of the Republic because the Congress deferred to George Washington in 1795 power to call up the militia to suppress what was the Whiskey Rebellion in Western Pennsylvania. And that was controversial because under the Constitution, only the Congress has the power to raise the militia and send them to suppress insurrections and rebellions. So it's long been a controversy deferring power from one branch to another. But we'll have to see what happens.
Mm-hmm. And that's kind of morphed into today. If the executive branch creates something, then they can repeal it, and if Congress creates something, then they can repeal it. But the other one can't repeal what the other one has created. So it's kind of morphed into this weird conglomeration of huge executive branch.
Congress has been extremely deferential toward the presidency in general, and that's actually true of the judiciary too. You might not think of it because of how most right-wingers portray the federal judges against Trump, and some of that is true, but most of all, the federal judiciary almost always sides with what the federal government wants to do. It's very rare that big sweeping changes get overturned by the Supreme Court if it has kind of legislative fiat and executive endorsement behind it. It most often, when you see the high court strike something down, it's a state or local law that they shouldn't even have jurisdiction over adjudicating in the first place. And that's a perversion of the Constitution too. Of course, we're far beyond the point where the Constitution actually has sway over how, business in Washington is conducted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah. The Constitution is, Tim, do you have anything you want to say there?
I was just gonna say, I'm not really convinced that they're gonna crack down on Trump for doing this. Cause I see what you're saying. It is an opportunity to bash on somebody that they don't like Trump, but also tariffs are super bad for the economy and only hurt the country that imposes them. So why not just allow him to do the tariffs and fuck up his reputation and legacy for the rest of the time? That would also work. So I don't know how it's going to turn out one way or the other. And then, maybe they want to reserve the power. If they shut it down, it makes it a lot harder to come back 10 years from now and say, hey, we want to put our own tariffs if they really are stupid enough to believe it's a good idea. So I'm not
and a lot of the left for decades were cheering on the prospect of tariffs. I mean, Obama got a lot of ridicule from the right for doing this, by the way. And that just disappeared once the cult of personality behind Trump somehow was swayed to believe that somehow you can tax yourself into prosperity. It doesn't make any sense to me, but the right adopted that and just goes along with it.
And it seemed like a weird last minute pivot too. It was only in like the last month of the election cycle that he really started like tariffs, my favorite word, most beautiful word in the human language. He didn't start all that shit until like the very end. And I thought that was weird too. And like all of a sudden it became like a major pillar in the campaign.
Yeah, that's probably true. Although it was kind of a central pillar in his first campaign too. Bannon was a huge proponent of it. And if you listen to interviews with Bannon, he couldn't stop talking about how great Henry Clay and the American system was.
Yeah.
If you ask me, that's the most insane idea imaginable. But
what did he like about? I don't know anything about Henry Clay. What did he like about him, and what made
Henry Clay was one of the most prominent people in what were known as the Whig Party, in the American Whig Party. He proposed the American system, which was kind of a triple platform based on central banking, infrastructure bills, which would fund like roads, highways, and bridges, and protectionist tariffs. And in many ways, that is Trump's platform. He wanted, this $1 trillion infrastructure bill. Actually, Biden beat him to that punch and got a $2 trillion one passed through.
Yeah.
But Trump hasn't made talking about the central bank much of a focus of his campaign, but he certainly has in infrastructure and tariffs. And you're right. It hurts American consumers. People somehow are swayed to believe somehow this taxes foreign countries. It doesn't. It does hurt foreign consumers in those countries to some extent, but it hurts American consumers as well. If we've known this for 200 years, since the days of David Ricardo, he proved this mathematically, the highlights of comparative advantage and how everyone should really specialize in what we're good at and then trade with each other. That's like one of the most obvious laws of economics that, Republicans have thrown by the wayside, and they're here on Twitter arguing with Thomas Sowell now over it. It's insane. I don't get it.
Mm-hmm. Is he the latest target? I didn't see that. What did he say?
I was gonna say, like, they talking shit with Thomas Sowell. Like, what the hell?
He doesn't do much anymore. He's mostly retired, right? But he jumped in on the tariff question, recording like a few minute video a month or two ago, and this was posted on social media, and you had like these zealous Trumpians like all of a sudden saying, well, Thomas Sowell's just a rhino then. Thomas Sowell isn't America first. Like, this is, I can't even stop laughing. Like, I'm not a Chicago school guy, but they are so wrong when it comes to bashing Thomas Sowell for tariffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've noticed these people are so quick to go after anyone who goes against the Trump narrative. Like Thomas Massey, like as soon as he went against the Trump narrative, they were quick to throw him by the wayside and basically cast him into the rhino bin. So
they say, he just votes with Democrats. He's barely ever done that.
Yeah.
They'll just say that. Like, it's almost like that NPC meme. I thought that was confined mostly to the left for so long, but it really is applying to a lot of the legions of Trumpians. And I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, we've seen this kind of fervor about populist figures throughout history. I mean, Julius Caesar had this kind of cult of personality behind him, Napoleon, Oliver Cromwell, more prominent figures from the past. So I don't know if Hitler was a populist really, but in a way, I guess.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. He may have been.
In some ways, I guess.
Yeah.
So apparently this is what Thomas Sowell actually said about Trump's trade war. Oh my gosh, what an utter disaster. I happen to believe that the Smoot-Hawley tariffs had more to do with setting off the Great Depression in the 30s than the stock market crash. Unemployment never reached double digits in any of the 12 months that followed the crash, but hit double digits within 6 months of passage of Smoot-Hawley and stayed there for over a decade. When you set off a trade war like any other war, you have no idea how it's going to end. You're going to be blindsided by all kinds of consequences. You do not make America great again by raising the price to Americans, which is what a tariff does. Yeah. So that's what Thomas Sowell had to say about it.
And
I would say that's based.
I think one of the Thomas Sowell accounts on Twitter too was just like opposing it too out of nowhere. Like, I don't care that my whole account is based on Thomas Sowell. Like, I'm so
he's
partisan
wrong on this.
You got to lose the account. You got to give it up.
You got to give it up, bro.
You should.
Yep.
Yeah. You put it up for sale. Pass it on.
This topic incenses me, and I know it doesn't for a lot of people. And I always knew Trump was terrible on trade, but there's few things that affect us more directly than these questions of consumer prices. And, Americans are already facing the wrath of inflation and debt. What else do we need? We need this increase in prices. Soul said it right there. So,
yeah, I will ask you this because we've been over this multiple times on this podcast, but I think it'll be good to kind of wrap this topic up. A lot of Republicans will say, yeah, he put the tariffs in so he could just art of the deal, take them out, right? So isn't that what was accomplished here, or was it not accomplished?
To some extent, I think it was accomplished, but you're really playing with fire with it. I think it's so much of a risk that I wouldn't do it. To say that it's been a total failure, I think would be wrong. But what if Trump's been put in a position where he has to actually follow through with some of his rhetoric, which he might have to at some point? It's not something I want to see. It's better for all parties to have no tariffs than some tariffs. If you use them as a negotiating tactic, that's great. But some of their other rhetoric is, well, we have to bring, industry back to America. We have to bring manufacturing back to America. It can't be both. They use both rhetoric, and they would use any selling point they can for it. So in a way, I think it has been successful, but it's damn risky. And I wouldn't want to take any bets with some countries, raising their tariffs. It almost went to that with China. China went up to 175% or something on many products, and that would have been catastrophic.
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
I'm scrolling this Thomas Sowell account, Thomas Sowell quotes at Thomas Sowell, and there's a lot of references to tariffs. But what's interesting is the account is called Thomas Sowell Quotes, and it does not quote Thomas Sowell talking about tariffs. It quotes a bunch of Democrats. It quotes people like Dave Ramsey, PBD, all these other people talking about how great tariffs are,
right.
but not one quote from Thomas Sowell on what he actually believes about tariffs.
That's why
very
that
interesting.
got flack. Yeah.
Tim has a beef with Thomas Sowell quotes, just like I mean, it sounds like you do now. Like
I do now. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, at least your beef is going to be fun and not destructive and terrible. I mean, like unlike things that are happening in Colorado.
Is that a segue?
That might be my worst segue ever. That might be my worst segue ever. Like in my head, I was thinking, like, how am I going to land this plane?
I was caught totally off guard by that.
I was like, how am I going to like in my head, I'm like.
You just knew you wanted to be done with tariffs.
What's funny is you guys kept on saying things, and I'm like, I could segue off that, but that's gonna sound terrible. Like when you were saying like something about being fiery, I'm like,
it's my fault.
I say that? Like,
yeah. I mean, you could have went with the fire. There was a lot of
a
fire,
lot of fire, especially with Molotov Mohamed.
Yeah, I could not believe that his name was actually Mohammed.
You're welcome. That's a great name.
The name wrote itself. Anyway, on our Sunday stream,
that's what we're gonna call him.
On our Sunday stream, this all happened while we were live, and we kind of watched some of this, and now we have more information. So I guess we'll play some of this here. It doesn't.
So is this the actual attack? Multiple people injured and targeted for attack.
It's basically what we watched.
That's like the aftermath. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing we saw.
We're here.
Yeah.
We can't do nothing about that. We can't do nothing. We can. Not here. You have to answer this. It's not here, bro. You're not.
I'm taking video right now.
Hey, someone go fuck him up. He's got
I was thinking that the whole time.
Yeah, dude. He already hurt people and like killed
They're afraid to get set on fire again.
Well, he's got to light him. Fucking bum rush his ass.
Look, the woman would notice that we got haircuts, Rob.
Yeah, that haircut. His hair is weird. He looks like a white guy with ethnic hair.
Yeah. I got other pictures.
Spraying alcohol.
Spraying alcohol, but what he did was he made it look like he was here.
He's making Molotov cocktails.
Yeah, quit doing it. Next plan, fucking rush him.
Well, we can't do it when he's got Molotov cocktails. If you are fighting.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Just gotta light it. Oh, there's a. You might not be able to see it.
Fire,
yeah, there's a little flame right there.
Yeah.
Get back, Mom.
Oh, I wish that fat dude would fucking.
Fatty could probably fucking tackle his ass.
The fat guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That guy's gonna get stiff armed and sidestep, bro. He's gonna be on
Just
the
hug him.
ground, and then the dude's gonna light the cocktail and throw it at him. That's what's gonna happen. He needs a team.
Just stay away. Stay away. He's right there.
No,
He's throwing
dude.
Molotov
Get his
cocktails right there.
Does no one own a gun?
They got him. The cop does. The cop arrested him.
Everybody get back. Everybody get back. Everybody get back. He's right there. He's on the ground right there.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, that's a good picture. I'll pull up a better one. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, he more information has come out. He is an Egyptian national who came here and overstayed his visa, and Trump has really been hammering Joe Biden about that.
Yeah, this guy's a villain, no doubt. I think he injured like 8 people in this attack. But that said, this story is being pointed to by teams of Zionists on Twitter that say, hey, because of this guy, Israel should have open range and free season in Gaza. It's just so ridiculous, right? So because of this, they're like, oh, hey, I guess Zionism is the way to go. It's crazy.
It's unfortunate.
Hi, Josh.
to have that train of
Hey,
thinking.
guys.
What up, Josh?
Is that Dave Benner in a Dragon Force t-shirt? That's
Yeah, man.
fucking cool, dude.
Dragon Force.
I know you've probably seen them live, haven't you, Benner?
2 times.
I've seen them 3. I got you beat. Ha.
You got me.
How you
love 'em.
doing? But
Oh, good. If you ask me, I'm doing good, man.
how's everybody doing? What? Hola, buenos dias, mis amigos.
Yeah, I'm ready to fiesta with you this weekend. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah.
We're
We
pre-gaming
made it to the
right
go
now.
home episode.
Yeah, we're pre-gaming. I got the. What are you drinking, Josh? Before I pull this up.
Coming back here. I got the Del Baca Dorado here, so got the mesquite in there tonight.
Any idea when the skeet is getting to my house? Because it's not here yet.
Well, if it's not there by tomorrow, it's probably not going to get there in time. It still says pending, or the thing says pending shipping, but like I said, last time that I ordered and I had to use this stupid ass app for the tracking, whatever this shop app is or Shopify app.
Yeah.
This shit, like, I had it saying it was like pending shipping, and then all of a sudden in like one day it went to like on my doorstep. So that's why I'm holding out hope for tomorrow. If not, we'll like I said, it's obviously going to be too late. The bottles are still going to come, and we'll figure out an alternative usage for those bottles.
I think the homies done drank both of those bottles, dude. I think the homies done got it.
You know, I hope the homies. I mean, it's coming from Arizona, so you know, unless all the rapists and pedophiles and absolutely horrible people that crossed the border, committed even more crimes than usual. And
Speak of the devil.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. We were talking about an illegal immigrant.
Yeah, we were just talking about an illegal immigrant.
This guy.
Now, I think that Trump has just been targeting only Mexicans, and that's why we're not really seeing these Egyptians being.
Yeah, the Egyptians weren't on the radar.
Yeah, we need to put the Egyptians on the radar.
You know, I have to agree. The Egyptians got to go on the radar. Like, Mohammed, you're gone. Stephen Nikela, gone. Like, we got to get rid of all of the Egyptians.
True.
Looks like he got pissed on a little bit. What's going on?
Yeah,
there?
so to answer you, it was 12 injured in the attack. 2 are still in the hospital right now.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
1 dead, right?
Did he kill somebody? Let me see. It says
I heard 1 dead.
It says charged with federal hate crime and attempted murder. It doesn't say actual murder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No actual murder, just attempted murder, Rob.
That's right.
Well, I don't know. Might want to update it. We'll see.
We will see. I saw something about someone dying too, so I don't know. Maybe just there's a lot of information flying around right now. You know, as Dave pointed out, there's a lot of people saying crazy things online. So it's kind of why I brought this story back up, because on Sunday when it broke, we were immediately like, yo, what the fuck's going on? And now we at least have some more details on what was going on with this.
Yeah.
The state government slapped in with a bunch of other charges: 16 counts of attempted murder in first degree, 8 counts of intent, 8 counts of indifference, 2 counts of use of an incendiary device, and 16 other counts of attempted use of incendiary device. They're just stacking them, dude. The total is 384 years in prison.
Whew.
I hope it runs consecutively.
Yeah, good.
I mean,
this guy, I think I'm still sticking by, like, motive wise. I'm gonna say it's not a false flag. I think a lot of people are really getting emotional about the Israel-Palestine shit on both sides, and I think this is like real people, real emotions happening. This and the embassy attack, kind of back within like what, a month of each other, at least maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is another Free Palestine guy. You have
Right.
the Palestine guy shoot the people at the embassy. You have this Free Palestine guy setting other people on fire. Where's the other one? Is there an attack from the other side?
What, from like Israelis attacking Palestinians?
I don't.
Yeah, like the whole city is
In Palestine.
like the whole Gaza.
And you'll never
Gaza.
learn their
Yeah.
names. You'll never know
Yeah.
their names, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just
Would
saying,
you-
like all the ones I keep seeing, all these attacks
Tim,
are from
let-
one side. Yeah.
I'm not trying to say anything, but I just want to ask a very like vital question here to your statement. Or really, your question is, if they did have anything on the other side, would the mainstream media even bother reporting about it so we would know?
Somebody would report it. Yeah.
Well, they don't. There's 50 to 100,000 deaths in Gaza that we don't know names.
That's
of
not what I
single
mean,
people.
though. That's not what I mean,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
I mean,
Well, you're trying to say like violent things like here in the United States,
Right.
as far as like
Like a bunch of like
Activists.
Israeli supporters fuck
Yeah,
up a
yeah.
bunch of
Yeah.
Palestinian people.
yeah, I feel like it would be reported. It might not be reported by Fox News, but it definitely would be reported.
I don't know, Tim. When your home gets foreclosed on, that's not going to get reported. I don't know, Tim. Whenever you get,
Because I don't matter.
There are a lot of clashes
You
that
know-
I've seen like
you know-
online.
Rob,
when they
did Tim
take you
tickle
off
your
the
pickle
show list-
before the show the wrong way?
No. I'm just saying the crimes on the other side are going to be a little bit more subtle.
Yeah, there's a criminal on the other side. Her name is Israel.
Well,
Okay.
one thing is Israel's goal in all this is to take Palestine. What strategic value is there in like just attacking some random Palestinian person in New York? Meanwhile, the people who are ethnically Palestinian, they look at the person who's ethnically Israeli and think, hey, motherfucker, your people over there are the ones taking away my people's land. So that might be why you're seeing that, just trying to think of like the psychology of both sides.
That's a good point. Dave, I know you were like posturing to say something. I don't know.
Oh no, I think you guys are on the mark here. You know, if this was happening on the other side, you'd probably get the story, but we wouldn't learn about the dreams or aspirations about the Palestinians. Right. I don't think, by the way. But you know, it's just it's so sad and tragic how this is being doubled down, and you see Netanyahu willingly break the ceasefire he didn't really ever intend to keep, and Trump had to have lighted that, by the way, because he orchestrated the ceasefire as he came into office. So it's just so sad. We see these videos daily of children being pulled out of the rubble. Justin Amash had personal family members die there, including young children. It's just so sad and twisted and sadistic. And then here, while this is happening, you have Netanyahu pleading for a regime change operation in Iran to bomb it with the help of the U.S. and getting incensed when the U.S. doesn't want to do it. At least some parts of the Trump administration don't want to do it. So there's just so much wrapped into this, and it's all interrelated in some ways. So,
yeah.
God, it's
Well
all
said.
so ugly. But speaking of Gaza and all of that, I've been seeing a lot of strange things coming out of there, and it seems like Gaza loves Trump. Yeah, if you want to pull that up here, we've been giving out we talked about how we're taking the Gaza.
That's the worst. That was even worse than the other segue.
Well, that was worse than the other segue.
What?
Gazans love Donald Trump.
Oh no!
I'll get you guys set up
Is
with
this
this.
the
Are you ready? Thumbs up if
Gaza
you're
number
ready.
one? I don't like this.
What Gaza
Okay, you
like in
can't hear
Trump?
me. Here it goes.
Trump. Yeah.
No.
6 minutes?
We're not going to play the whole thing. I just want to show the crowd of people and them like some of the things. Are you going to play it or not?
Can you hear me now?
Think.
Yes, we can hear you, Tim.
Oh,
What are you doing?
Thumbs up if you can hear me.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
you can hear
good.
me.
Can you not hear
There's
us?
new footage.
You hear that? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New footage.
Gazans love Donald Trump. Yes, new footage straight from the war zone in Gaza shows crowds of men chanting and cheering Donald Trump and America's name after they received desperately needed aid relief from a US and Israel-backed aid center.
Thank you, America!
The sheer relief of finally having food and supplies was overwhelming for the
They're
Gazans,
all
who showed their
a
appreciation
bunch of their
to
Jews,
US aid
though.
workers. And to add even more desperation to the situation, Daily Wire journalist Cassie Akiva said, "A source at one of the Gaza distribution sites tells me that Hamas set up a roadblock to prevent Gazans from getting aid.
And if you want to hit
They broke through
pause
it
there.
and were shouting, 'Thank you, America,' upon reaching the site." And the
I can't hear you guys still, so I need to fix this.
No, you're good. You can hit the pause there because that goes into what we're bringing up. Okay, well, Tim will be back here in a second, but so yeah, I don't know what she's talking about with like Israel and all that. They might be helping run some of this stuff, but all I saw with that and some of the other things floating around is, yeah, they like Trump. They don't fucking like Israel still.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny there, Mitch. The video you showed, like the initial where they're all coming out of the gate and like, thank you, America. Like,
yeah.
If you, here, go ahead and play that real quick. I'll tell you when to pause. And pause. Strings. You know, I don't know too many like Muslims who got strings on their pants when they go out the house, but I do know a whole bunch of Jews who do that. So I'm really questioning, was this an aid facility for like Gazans, or was it for like Israelis who were in Gaza?
How many Israelis are there in Gaza?
You know, that's a great question. You know, I couldn't tell you. I'm not on the ground. I'm not an expert. I wasn't there. I have never been there.
You haven't been there?
I haven't been there. I couldn't say. I'm not an expert.
You've never been?
Never been. Never been. So I can't say. I'm not an expert according to the experts there. I'm not an expert in Gaza because I haven't been. So I couldn't say. Mitchell,
But
I'm sorry.
we have Dave Beener right here, and you are as close of an expert as we're gonna get. So what's going on here, Dave?
No, I've never been
No,
there
I saw
either. If you want an expert, get Scott Horton or Dave DeCamp. I'm not. I do follow these stories quite a bit, but I haven't followed this one in particular as far as the aid goes.
Yeah.
You know, what I know is that the solution is what Ron Paul always said it was. You know, some people always wanted to support the Israelis, and some of his colleagues always wanted to support the Palestinians. But the true America First answer is to get the hell out of there. Get all of our bases out of the Middle East. Stop inflaming tensions and all these entangling alliances in the Middle East and the most dangerous proxy war that the U.S. has had in several decades long stretch is in Israel. So that's the solution. That's what I think Trump needs to do, but he's too owned by the Israel lobby. Miriam Adelson gave him $100 million for his campaign. He stacked his cabinet with people like Huckabee and Waltz, who's now gone, and Rubio and Witkoff, all of which are Zionists. I think Witkoff's actually good in some regards, but we're just in a bad state, and I don't see this schism news really coming to fruition between Trump and Netanyahu, at least to the extent that U.S. aid to Israel won't stop anytime soon.
So at least multiple times since October 7th, Israel's bombed humanitarian aid trucks, right? Like, they've been in the news. We've reported it on this podcast a few times.
Whoopsies.
Yeah, so it's, you know, maybe America said, hey, Israel, stop bombing aid real quick because we're going to try to look like we're giving the aids to the public. And yeah, I said it. Yeah, laugh all you want. That's what's happening. Anyway, but, you know, I don't see how these people would be grateful to America. I mean, we're fucking helping Israel bomb them. So I don't know. Thank you, America, for fucking me up and then trying to feed me shit.
I mean, aren't we taking over the Gaza Strip, though?
Yeah, Trump
we're taking it over.
Part of me wonders, is this a situation of, fuck it, I would rather deal with you than Netanyahu?
Oh, for sure.
No.
If that, I don't think that is what it is, but it should be. If not,
Yeah. I mean, if Netanyahu was going to be like, yeah, you get Gaza, and then we won't fucking touch it again, I'm sure they would be like, okay, maybe. But
well, with
we've
this, I
been
think
helping.
it's as simple as people being hungry. When you're hungry, like that's your first priority. I don't think you're thinking about like the geopolitical advantage you could gain, from this situation necessarily if you're a poor and beleaguered Palestinian. And what I thought is striking about this is for so long, a lot of the Zionists, the neocon types would always say, well, there's a blockade on Gaza because we don't want them to get bomb making materials in the country. That's the only reason we have this blockade. But we know it has been to block food. It's to block flour and supplies and necessities that these people will starve without. Clearly.
1,000,000%.
It's horrific. But the reason I had Tim pause on that tweet was eventually Hamas did start
Tim
going at
couldn't
the
hear you
lines
when you
there.
asked him to pause on the tweet.
Tim is
but
yeah. He just knew. It was like with Josh trolling me in that whole episode that he couldn't hear me.
Yeah.
But no, eventually Hamas did start going at the lines there. So if you want to bring up that other video there.
The other video you gave me was a search link, so I pulled up my own stuff.
Oh, wait, were they fighting it? Were they killed at Gaza? Okay.
That's strange.
But anyway, I'm pretty sure this is the story you wanted to pull up. 2 dozen killed as Gazans face gunfire.
Well, the one that I pulled up actually had footage of the gunfire itself and people fleeing.
That box looks like one of my Factor meals.
that's probably why it came up as a search link. That
Yeah,
video
Yeah,
got
like it was
pulled.
actual footage, not like Forbes or PBS.
Yeah, this is
or whatever the
YouTube,
fuck.
not live leak. There, Mitch.
It was on YouTube. That's fuck you, YouTube.
Your link says results search query. Like you gave me.
Did you do a Chat GPT or Grok?
No, this
AI
was
show?
actually a legitimate episode. This was not a Grok episode.
Okay.
Well, here we go. While Mitch tries to hunt it down. Thanks, Ronan, for another.
Thanks for the gifted,
Always
Ronan. Cheers.
Yeah.
These are delicious. These are really good.
What is that? What is
The
that?
high rise, the blood orange.
Why's it got to be orange?
Yeah.
Why is it
I
gotta
don't
be
know,
black?
man. Orange is the new black.
Yeah, but this is what
black.
Well,
Good show. Good show.
he's a ginger now. But like, no, this is what I was saying earlier. Like CNN's reporting this, PBS is reporting this, AP, CNBC, all Forbes, all these different places. If there was an attack like that coming from the other side, it would be reported. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I just noticed that. But here we go. Let's go with this one.
Deadly violence struck at Gaza humanitarian checkpoint for the 3rd straight day, with local officials reporting at least 27 Palestinians killed while seeking food aid. Chaos unfolded at Nasser Hospital as gunshot victims poured in, with over 200 wounded. Witnesses say Palestinians were shot while trying to collect aid from the U.S. and Israeli-backed Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, one of the few groups allowed to distribute food after a 3-month blockade. The Israeli military claims it fired only warning shots and is investigating.
Yeah, so that's that.
It's just a warning shot.
Cheddar wants to know
Here,
if
I
Greta
found-
Thunberg's helping. Probably not.
There was something with Greta that she did. There was a clip on Twitter today of her getting scooped up by 2 police officers and thrown on a bus. So he might be referring to something, actually. I don't know.
Can't Israel do some of that war crime shit when we want them to? What the hell?
Just aim a little to the left. Hit the girl. Where are you posting this, Mitch?
But
Here, 1 second. So this is just a 20-some second clip. It's a little bit shorter than the other one that I found, but it still has some of the things that were in the other one. Here, I put it in episode content.
I got it. There we go. Let's see. Oh, there's no audio for this. Okay.
Yeah, this is just.
Is this when it comes down?
Yeah, just wait for it.
Who dat?
That would apparently be Hamas, and that would be a dead body, or at least I think a dead body.
From this distance, looks like Gila Klein. That's a joke for all my
pocket sand.
Yeah, it looked like he
Pocket sand.
Shit ton of pocket sand.
Pocket sand.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Doesn't really tell me much.
Yeah. These were just
surveillance there. So you're saying Hamas is trying to scoop up some of the aid.
Apparently, they were attacking the people who were going for the aid.
Right.
So, yeah, that's apparently what happened there. So, I don't know. In a way, it's been a slow news week, so I've just been trying to pick up on what's been going on around there. And since there was some stuff going on in Colorado, I figured we might as well look and see what's going on over there. And I will say I have my criticisms of Trump, but it's a weird little geopolitical game that seems to be going on over there. What
we got a Palestine sailboat?
I can't.
Fucking
go ahead.
White people.
Go ahead, Dave.
Oh, this will be real quick. Dave DeCamp's article from today on this issue says that earlier the Israeli military admitted that it opened fire at Palestinians near the distribution sites. So that's what Dave is going with. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Only thing I had here, this is what Turtleneck was referring to. Let me pull it up. Remove ad. Yeah. Don't worry. She's going to save everybody. This is Greta Thunberg.
Brazilian from the global south, 38 years
We are doing this because no matter what odds we are against, we have to keep trying. Because the moment we stop trying is when we lose our humanity.
She's
And
crying
no matter
again.
how dangerous this mission is, it is nowhere near as dangerous as the silence of the entire world in the face of a live stream genocide.
Thank you.
All right. So Greta Thunberg is taking a ship out to Gaza to go try to stop the bombings. That's the whole thing there. How long before she commits suicide? Is that too dark?
No. I don't want that. I just
How
want the
old
Pope
is
to
she
get
now?
shrunk.
What age is she now?
She recently turned 18, so I want to say maybe 19. Let me look it up.
Okay, yeah, you gotta give me an age to start with here. I gotta. If we're asking when is she gonna, is she gonna kill herself? Probably. When? Let's take bets.
It'll be good for the environment. Less humans, less carbon.
She's
Like,
22.
No,
22.
Greta Thunberg didn't kill herself.
That's what you're going with right now?
Yeah, I'm going with it right now.
Oh, okay.
She
the
beat
Mossad
Down
got her.
syndrome. She's speaking out against Israel. She's done a lot of things.
Yeah.
And
She's
she
pushing
said
the
that
envelope.
we need to save the planet Earth, and the way to save planet Earth is to get rid of humanity. Problem solved. Just
She ain't
saying.
making it to
not
30.
wrong.
I'll say that.
We'll see.
Uh,
Okay, but like jokes aside though, like is what she's doing, is it gonna make a difference? Is it the right thing to do? Is it the wrong
Hell
thing to do?
no. She's about to get fucking canceled by the Jews. I mean the Israelis.
Oh my god.
I don't. Sorry, go ahead, Dave.
It won't change the power dynamics. I agree with what she said. I mean, guys might laugh at that. I'm agreeing with something that
I know.
Thunberg said, right?
I know.
okay.
That's how I feel.
But it won't change the power dynamics as long as the U.S. has Israel's back, no matter what, and Netanyahu's back and the Likud party, no matter what. It doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
yeah, I think the big problem with the crap that she does, like shit like this, is it's all just a show. Like it ain't doing anything.
Seems very performative.
Like,
But I don't know. She probably does believe it though. She's just probably, I don't know.
She's that autistic.
She's
yeah.
just misguided in her action.
Well, I mean, she's probably got tons of followers for doing activist shit, and that's what they want to see her do. That's kind of her job now, right?
Well,
Like, if you
she's
fall
been
into
doing
this
it
thing-
since she's like 12, right? So she's literally
Yeah.
been groomed as a child activist her entire life. So it's a
Damn.
natural extension of that.
There's an above 0% chance that her and David Hogg get married at some point.
You're not wrong.
This might be perfect.
And
That
if
would be
it
beautiful.
happens, then like they got to give me money. Like I don't know. I
She
don't
might
know what
replace
happens.
him as the vice chair on the DNC. They're actually trying to remove him. There's a vote to remove him as one of the 5 DNC chairs. That's happening, I think, in a few weeks. That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh God.
We talked about that last week. I'm very interested in following it. I think that's gonna kind of signal for white guys to get out of the Democrat Party.
No, they got a fat chick. Aren't
I
you all
want to
in
keep
now?
him in. Keep him in as long as possible, man. Keep him in there. Put Thunberg in the Republican Party. Just get these saboteurs like deeply
There you
embedded
go.
in these parties.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh man.
What's
Yeah,
going
Tim,
on?
I saw that too with the fat chick.
Yeah. What direction are Democrats going? They got a fat chick who loves young guys. Who's
Yeah.
going to turn the Democrats? You're going to win back men for the Democrats. That's what's going to happen. Yeah. You guys don't know what we're talking about, do you?
I did
No.
see this
I do.
story.
I haven't
All
seen.
I
I
know
haven't
is-
seen her.
is-
Who are you talking?
Oh,
about?
you want to see this chick? Okay, her or the Filipina mermaid.
Oh, well, the Filipina mermaid wants to peg the patriarchy, so I think she's already sold Rob on that one.
Uh-huh.
I know. I want to see Rob before we segue to this next one here. I want to see Rob react to this chick.
The Democrats win young men, something like that. I got
On this new Democrat.
I just
leader?
want to say too. Can you imagine if Republicans had to win young women and they got like some dude to come in there and be like, I know what women want.
Andrew Tate.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the corollary. That is.
That
That's
really
what it would
is.
be.
Women, they want to be in the kitchen. they just. I can't do a good Andrew Tate.
What are you even doing here, ladies? You should be on cam right now making me money.
That's right. Yeah.
You're supposed to be in Bulgaria.
I'm trying to find. I guess Libs of TikTok posted it out, and that's what got it all everywhere. So
Everyone
here-
was Steve Bannon, that chick,
Here
that
it
one
is.
chick. Like,
I found the 1 minute clip. This is all you need. So this gay guy and this other fat chick, they're gonna save the Democrat Party. Here we go.
The reason why Republican messaging resonates with men is because men want bad things, right? It's like men want to have sex and like own women, right? Like they want to dominate everybody. And Republicans say you get to do that, and then Democrats can't say that. So we just lost men. It's over, right? Like, what are you talking about? Like a lot of times it will be men that are liberals who will like agree with that shit.
This guy's fucking retarded. Okay.
What
I
is-
can tell.
What is going
This
on?
guy pees in those plants behind him to make them grow.
I think this is the magical formula, guys. I'm enticed already.
Yeah, by this faggot. All right.
Tim, let's maybe there's more to this. Let's hear him out here.
Oh yeah,
Benefit
there's
of the doubt.
about that much more to it, right?
Okay,
There's a lot of men that don't think that way, obviously. And
Uh-huh.
it's just such a negative view to take on. Like,
There's your heifer.
oh my God, the CM Punk
I
shirt.
also think it's just so abundantly clear that
Is that a CM Punk shirt?
Yeah, it's a
It
CM
is
Punk
a CM
shirt.
Punk shirt.
Okay, so she's a wrestling fan. That's a point. 1 point.
Yeah, just wait till she talks. Okay. Here we go.
A negative view to take on like half of the human race.
Well, I also think it's just so abundantly clear that the people who say these things don't actually spend time talking to young men.
Like this fucker.
You know this because we know each other in real life, but
Here we
I spend
go.
a lot of time on college campuses.
Oh wait, they
and
fuck.
I spend a lot of
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I want to.
You know me
And I
in
spend
real
a lot of
life.
time with
young men.
I love young men. I love fat guys. And in that I realized like even if
Uh-huh.
you identify as conservative.
Yeah, Rob.
are
She loves
almost
fat
always
guys.
Pro-choice. They're almost always pro.
Here, listen to how she describes the young men she knows.
Okay.
Those that identify as conservative are
A little
almost
quiet.
always pro-choice. They're almost always pro-gay marriage. You'd be surprised at the number of them who supported Black Lives Matter. And so I feel like people just kind of lump them into this box when the truth is, again, a lot of them are with us on the issues. They're
Okay, here, let me explain these three to you. All right, here we go.
always pro-choice.
Because they don't want you to get pregnant and have their children.
They're almost always pro-gay marriage.
Because they want to fuck you with a hotter chick next to them.
You'd be surprised at the number of them who supported Black Lives Matter.
Because they also want to fuck black chicks. Okay? There's your answer to all three of those. It has nothing to do with conservative men or culture in general. This is
And
just
that's-
We just want to get our dick wet.
That's been our weekly segment of Redneck Freud.
That's just college, man.
Yeah, it was just like, I'm trying to fuck. Like, she's like, yeah, I like frat boys. They get drunk really quickly, and then they want to fuck early in the night so I can go to bed on time.
You know what? Screw you guys. I'm gonna marry her, and when she walks in the room every night, I'm gonna go, "Well, it's the big show. It's the big bad show tonight." And then she just
Rob's
jumped on me.
gonna walk in.
Eve moves better in StreamYard.
It is. But it's still great that we finally have a great Ginger summer anthem.
Yeah, and I still need to add that to my Spotify playlist.
And
I need a whole Gingers Are Black playlist now.
Yep, and even better, we can celebrate with the Ginger summer anthem because another Ginger has been freed from the British system. Tommy Robinson. Is he
what
Ginger?
a
I think
segue.
he's
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, that was a good segue.
Yeah,
That
there
was
we
a
go. I'm
good
getting
segue.
back on it.
Okay, so you guys remember what Tommy Robinson used to look like, right? Have you seen him lately? Look at this.
You've been incarcerated in this horrible place since October. Can you tell me, first of all, how are you? How are you feeling, boss?
I feel good. Unfortunately, in a country that doesn't believe in free speech, being a citizen journalist, this place is an occupational hazard. It's ridiculous. 16 years ago, when I first started speaking out against Islamic rape gangs that were plaguing this country, from that point on, I faced relentless attacks from the British state, wielding lawfare as a weapon in order to silence me. I have never been convicted by a jury. Every one of my convictions have been handed down to me by
I
judges.
don't know why it's doing that.
The lucky thing with this, everyone got to see the film. I have to say a thank you to Elon Musk, because without X, if we didn't have X, everyone would just think I lied. No one would have got any other narrative. Fortunately, I think, 167 million people saw the truth. So that gagging order, these attempts at censorship, to silence, to cancel people, it hasn't worked. You've attempted to lock up the truth, and that truth has been echoed around the entire globe.
Yeah, so anyway, Tommy's free again.
I like it. What a speech.
Yeah. I don't know
Boy Summer.
what did he get charged with this time?
Libel.
Libel?
He was held under defamation laws, which, if you ask me, are BS anyways. There shouldn't be slander or libel laws, really.
He was held for like defamation for what? Saying Mohammed raped a child? Or like what did he do?
He said something against a refugee.
Oh, like a specific person.
I don't know enough about it, but I know that was why he was held.
Yeah.
He called him an N-word.
Probably.
Threw him away. No, I mean, this guy, so he's got to try to come to America, right? He's got to try to come.
He ain't
at least
coming,
go
dude.
somewhere.
You can't, he's barred from coming to the U.S. because he lied about his passport or something. There was something with that in the early 2010s. He can't come back to the U.S.
Yeah. I've always seen him as like a Britain first person. Like he's gonna go down with the ship. I don't know if that's true, but
Yeah, I want to
I've always
see
seen
him continuing the good fight over there. You know what I mean? We've talked about how we want people in other places to fight for good shit in their countries. Like Tommy Robinson's one of those people that I just want him to continue doing his thing over there.
Can you remind me what he got big off of? What
he said, talking about like it was when all the immigration craze like first started happening in England. They were bringing over a bunch of Muslims and all this other stuff, and he would always be out there reporting about acid attacks, gang rapes, all these different stabbings.
Yes, I think I've seen him. Him before.
Yeah, so he always talked about that, and then he got persecuted for it.
Yeah. The big thing that got him on a lot of people's radars was when he was going and investigating the whole Muslim gang rape thing. And it didn't help that the British police had completely botched the investigation the first go around. And yeah, there was a lot of stuff that happened because of that.
They found it was just a wee bit of a rugby scrum.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't know enough. I don't know actually that much about him, but I just think libel and slander laws are pathetic. They don't belong in a free society. They're an extension of free speech. If you say something false towards someone else, well, that gives someone unlimited ammo to correct it. That's one of the things we're seeing on Twitter is, there is some enforcement of speech, but, more so you see people slamming people back for opinions that they think are wrong. And that's the way to organize a free society, I think.
At the very least, it's just civil. You don't go to prison over a false statement, right? If you cost someone money from their business because of a false statement, you get sued and you go to civil court. You're not arrested.
Right. And people will argue sometimes, well, defamation laws are proper because it's an attack on my own individual rights, but you don't really own your own reputation. Your reputation is what other people think about you, right? So
Yeah, but if Google AI says I don't know. I'm kind of curious on this one because it's like there should be some sort of recourse if you're a business owner and someone says something false about your business, right? And then that costs, like, it says it online, everyone sees it. This restaurant, they got roaches, they got rats, whatever, like that. So you're just saying, like, if everyone left, right, no one knew about it, that's the only place they really got business from was online, and it cost them their whole clientele, and they had damages to prove that. They should be able to recoup those damages.
I don't know, but in some ways, that's just the free market kind of just telling you that that's not working. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like kind of like how the free market is now telling Disney that they are fucking up.
You're so
This is another segue.
I felt like that was such a forced segue, dude. That was.
He's going all in with them.
I'm going all in with them,
dude.
All in.
No oil. This ain't Diddy.
No Diddy.
No Diddy.
Like,
anyway, Josh, you put this on my radar, and you love unusual whales, so I guess I'll let you take this one.
Oh, you're so sweet, Mitch. Here, just in. This was like yesterday, so this probably isn't just in. This is like kind of in. Is Disney is laying off several hundred employees globally across multiple teams, including those for Disney's marketing for both film and TV, publicity, casting and development, as well as corporate financial operations per Variety. Damn, that Snow White fucking got him, boys. Look at that shit.
How iconic is it? Wasn't Snow White one of their first movies, right?
Snow White was Walt Disney's entry into like animation and filmmaking, is like the Walt Disney animation like crew. Like Snow White is what put them on the map.
1937.
And
That's
ironically,
crazy.
it may have just been the thing to completely fuck them beyond belief.
Good riddance. You brought me a lot of good childhood memories, and you'll bring my children a lot more with the originals and classics. But everything that you've become since then, I've come to hate, and good riddance.
Yeah, my great uncle Grumpy was in that movie, and he is turning over in his grave right now. He's not very happy.
If you want to turn someone on the fence off of Disney, just say, yeah, they own Star Wars now. Didn't you know that?
Mm-hmm.
I've never watched a Disney Star Wars production, and I never will.
Tim, you are living a good life. Stay living a good life.
Yep.
They did the theme park, they kind of nailed, though.
God,
living in Orlando for a little bit, dude.
Yay.
Fine.
Yay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, I prefer
yay.
Universal, but still.
Queer.
Nailed it.
Oh man, no, I think it's
pretty fucking cool. Try it out.
Pretty fucking gay.
I
Little
will say-
gay.
It's really fascinating, Josh, that you put this on my radar, and like I've been noticing that Bob Iger has been kissing Trump's ass a lot lately. Like we always talk about like the power dynamics here in Florida, how like the Seminoles and Disney are the two big power players, but really the Seminoles are probably the biggest one. And
Trying
like
to get that pardon, man.
Yeah, and I'm noticing that fucking Bob Iger has really been kissing up to Donald Trump. I don't know what he wants, but he clearly wants something.
Wants to secure a pardon.
Guys, there's a non-zero chance that Denzel is the next Peter Pan. You guys realize that, right?
Why? No, they shut it down. The good news was they shut it down.
I want it to be.
And they made money with Lilo and Stitch, so it doesn't have to end.
I want it to be Greta Thunberg.
Greta
out yet?
Thunberg entangled.
Is the Lilo Stitch movie out yet? Because that one didn't look terrible.
Yeah, it came out like 2 weekends ago, and it actually like broke the record for like Memorial Weekend like box office records.
Yeah, it didn't look terrible.
Like it was actually funny. Like a lot of people went to see it, but then you get a lot of people complaining that like this was not the movie I grew up with.
All I saw was people shitting on it for the ending where the sister gives up Lilo to child services so she can go to college.
What?
That's actually in it. I'm not kidding. That's
Fuck
in it.
Ohana, bro.
I Googled
Go get
it.
that marine biology degree.
Yeah. Fuck your family.
For legal
Yeah.
purposes, I can't speak on child protective services.
Yeah, okay.
Oh man.
Well, well.
But yeah, the problem is they just won like one scratch-off lottery ticket after like losing tons of off lottery tickets. That's what this is.
They just won $100 after losing like 1,000 on scratch-offs.
Yeah, basically.
what
It
my
wasn't
dad
even just
does.
Snow White. They had a lot of flops.
I mean, that's what Disney Plus is for. They put the flops on there and, you know, they run them out.
Yeah. Except then you don't even get any money from the theaters.
Man, the theaters pay these movie companies to, like, get them. If you just put them in there, then, hey, you just charge an extra premium for it. That's why your bill keeps going up for ESPN Plus every month. Thanks, Disney.
That is true. I miss the bootleg days when you could just ride with the aunt up the road and then make a little movie deal. Make a little movie deal off them bootlegs, dude.
Oh, Rob,
Statute of
there's a
limitations
whole
is passed.
there's a whole world of the high seas that you don't even know of. You just
mean,
gotta
they-
hoist the black flag.
Despite everything, you know, they're doing all right. We cratered here for a little bit.
The problem is it's like not as high as other. Go out 5 years. I'm curious.
They're down from like
Yeah.
the height.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing that I remember.
Yeah, okay.
But they're up in their lifetime just to 5
Sure.
years. Oof.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down 9% ain't bad though. There's a lot worse.
Yeah.
Eh?
Either way, still not that Seminole control. They want it, but they ain't getting it. Okay, I got no segue for this next thing. One of you put this in the
trying.
document. I don't know
What are you
what it
doing?
is. Tim, was this you?
I did not put this in there, but I call bullshit. I had to watch it. It's
Someone, I literally came in earlier and I saw that. I was like, okay, I guess someone must have dropped this in there.
Oh, yeah, I see. That was me.
Okay.
I just liked it because it was funny. I thought it'd be a great palate cleanser, but yeah, apparently you can't trust Pepsi trucks without a.
This is retarded, and yeah, I'll explain. But y'all let him say his thing.
Hey, look, it's a Pepsi truck without a lift gate. You never trust them without the lift gates. It's not what you think inside there. If there's no lift gate, it's run by the government.
This is definitely a libertarian trucker.
Yeah.
Got a perfect of this.
This is from Reed Coverdale.
Inside that trailer. Pepsi's? No. He won't let me catch up to him. He knows I'm on to him.
How did he know you're
Never
on?
trust a Pepsi truck without a lift gate.
All right, bro.
All right, he's full of crap. Okay, just
Does
use.
Reed agree? Because Reed's a truck driver, right?
Yeah,
Or
me
he
too.
was.
Yeah, me too. And this guy's full of shit. Okay.
Tell us why, Tim.
Tim, you are too?
Yeah. This is all retarded. Okay. Pepsi doesn't. Pepsi doesn't only deliver to your fucking grocery store. Okay, they go between DCs. They do everything. There could be anything in that truck. He is correct. It could be anything. Like, I don't know, the cardboard boxes your fucking Pepsi comes in. You don't need a lift gate for that. They have to ship it to the distribution center so that they can fucking pack all your fucking Pepsis. It's fucking retarded. On top of that, it could be anything. Could be anything. Just because it doesn't have a lift gate. And also, Pepsi doesn't deliver. If you've ever seen at your local gas station when the Coke guy or the Pepsi guy comes by, they don't come in a 53-foot dry van. They come in like a 24-48 pup. They come in what's called a pup trailer, and it's got roll-up doors on the side. It's got.
Well, Tim,
ladders.
that's just a silly place to come. Why would you do it there?
Tim, the more you're saying, the more and more I'm thinking you're in on the conspiracy.
Yeah,
he started
Tim.
kind of like a
Whatever.
Pepsi guy.
Yeah,
One
he
more
said
thing.
it's
Like a Pepsi guy.
He's
There's one more
obviously a marketing guru for Coke.
No,
Obviously.
yeah, Tim is Big Mountain Dew, actually.
which is owned
Yeah.
by Pepsi.
I know. I know.
And then the other thing is the reason why he doesn't let you pass on this side is because you're in what's called the no zone. He has a hard time seeing you right there, and this is a very dangerous spot for you to be in. You should not be passing on the right. You're driving a fucking Freightliner here. You're a professional truck driver. You should know better than to try to pass on the right side of a fucking truck. Okay,
Yeah.
He's not letting you pass because it's super dangerous.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It gets to the front, and you see an alien driving the car.
Tim's
large,
in on him.
large.
And this guy's governed at 60, 61. What does he work for, Werner? This is fucking dumb. And
what does he work for?
Yeah, he must be a Swift driver because he's got a GoPro on his head or something. I don't know if he's aware of this, but it's a DOT violation to operate any electronic device while you're driving a truck. So he should shut the fuck up. Anyway, I'm done.
Man, I did not expect that to set Tim off as much.
Yeah, right. I'm glad I added that in there. That was fucking great.
He broke the trucking rules. You broke the rules.
You broke Tim tonight. That's a first. I didn't even usually it's like Rob or you who get mad. Tim got mad tonight.
I don't know.
Thank
what you're
you.
talking about. I am calm.
Yeah, Tim covering up.
Uh-huh.
Big Pepsi got him.
He does.
I love Pepsi. It's great, but I am drinking with Coke tonight. So, for whatever that's
funny stuff.
Me and my bro.
Such good marketing by Coke.
Yeah,
bro.
You got another story.
There you go.
That was a fun palate cleanse. I do have like 2 more things here.
I was about to say I have some bookmarked. I have a bunch bookmarked, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, we're excited for the return of King of the Hill, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh.
The greatest fictional libertarian's back.
He knows where it's
going.
going.
Okay, this is okay.
What?
This is the actual.
Yeah. We're starting off fun before we get into that.
Wait, there's a black guy. Let's let me up for a second. He's staying around. Those dribbles. Still running.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Bill must have lost. Bobby's old.
Yeah, I don't like what the hell's going on
Peggy
here. Hank
looks
looks
like Aunt Linda.
So they released a synopsis. I'll give it to you here in a second if you want.
Yeah,
like what this is.
Sure.
Basically, eventually Bobby got older, went to school, and Hank and Peggy went over to Saudi Arabia to work a gas gig to win to get the nest egg to retire on. And then they came back home to reconnect with everyone and bought their house back, basically.
They bought
or something like that. I don't know. So that's basically what you see there. And Bobby has grown up and became a chef.
He's a chef. I was going to say he should be a stand-up comic. Why is he not a stand-up comic?
I don't know, Tim. We're going to learn in the show.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll come up.
Maybe he does open mic nights at night like me.
Yeah. Maybe this will hit very close to home for Rob.
Yeah. Or Bobby.
Yeah.
That's
right. You can be Bobby.
Brought to you by Disney. It's going to be great.
No, don't worry. Don't stop that, Rob. Stop that. Or Tim. Sorry, Rob. Don't you put that evil on me, Timothy Crosby.
I didn't do it. They did it. It's right there.
I hope it's good. So, well, at least King of the Hill's back. That's cool.
Yeah,
there are some good Hulu shows.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see. But unfortunately, there was some tragic news that came out.
Well, hang on, Dave. Do you like King of the Hill at all? Who's your favorite King of the Hill character?
I was never a big fan, but I liked Mike Judge because didn't Mike Judge make this?
Yeah.
I loved Office Space and Beavis and Butthead though, so this was not my favorite of his offerings.
So good. Office Space is amazing.
Great movie.
Office Space is one of those movies that I feel like should be recognized more than it is.
Yeah, I want a poster of them just dismantling the printer in the field, like up in my wall.
You guys had candidates that did that, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's a good idea.
I think we've all had a piece of technology that we've all wanted to destroy with a metal bat while Ghetto Boys is blasting.
Yeah.
Something we could all want.
Your hands bleed.
Hilarious scene.
Yeah.
The battle with the printer, dude.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the actor who plays John Redcorn got killed.
He got
my death, I would like to pass the land on.
What?
Yeah.
Recently, really recently.
Yeah, like the other day.
Upon my death, I would like to pass the land on to you, Dale, for all the help you've given me.
Score!
Actor.
Is that going to be in the show now? It has to be in the show now. They have to rewrite the first couple episodes. They have to.
Just go. Just keep going.
Dale Gribble has to get all the property.
Jonathan Joss, best known as the voice of John Redcorn on King of the Hill, shot and killed by a neighbor in Texas. He was 59 years old. According to reports, Joss was gunned down outside of his home in San Antonio on Sunday, where authorities found him lying near the roadway. First responders attempted life-saving measures, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect fled, but was arrested just a block away. The investigation is ongoing, but in a new statement, Joss's husband Tristan, whom he married on Valentine's Day, seems to characterize the shooting as a hate crime. He says they were both threatened by people in the area for years, and the suspect yelled violent, homophobic slurs at them before the murder. Tristan claims Jonathan saved his life by pushing him out of the way, and explains, quote, "My focus now is protecting his legacy and honoring the life we built together."
Hank, Nancy has a therapeutic massage today.
You could hit pause there.
Yeah.
Gay.
So yeah, gay. But there's a lot of controversy going around online right now as to whether that's actually what happened. Me and DL and just lots of people have been pointing out that doesn't seem to be the story that's coming out from the police investigation. And actually, the day before this, they were having a panel event in Texas for the new King of the Hill. And he wasn't on the panel. He was in the crowd. And you want to pull up the Reddit post here real quick? Someone basically tells the story here. Y'all, I'm at the sneak peek in Austin, and John Redcorn's voice actor interrupted the panel from the audience and rambled for 2 minutes. They just stared at him awkwardly till he left. He just kept quoting the show and then started showing off something about Hardwick, and then lost his train of thought. Fucking weird. Some bad blood. I don't know about you. That sounds like the dude could have been drugged out.
Okay, I'm hearing
what I mean.
We're gonna have to see what happens with this, because I heard there was a dog skull. Like someone put the skull of one of his. Like I'm assuming it was that Chihuahua that was in that.
That's
picture.
the next one. Yeah, that's the next message we have.
Okay, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I brought up all this stuff, because I'm seeing so much conflicting shit that I thought it would be good to just say like, hey, all this is going on. Just wait until the police investigation, I guess.
You want to see the next one?
Yeah, might as well. The whole thing is the complete statement from the husband. We already got that from the other video, but yeah, this is the image.
Well, no, this goes into more detail. It says my husband Jonathan Joss and I were involved in a shooting while checking the mail at the site of our former home. That home was burned down over 2 years ago of threats from people in the area who repeatedly told us that they would set it on fire. I'm going to set the building on fire. We reported these threats to law enforcement multiple times, and nothing was done. Throughout that time, we were harassed regularly by individuals who made it clear that they did not accept our relationship. Much of the harassment was openly homophobic. When we returned to the site to check our mail, discovered the skull of one of our dogs and harnessed in its place in clear view. This caused both of us severe emotional distress. We began yelling and crying. While we were doing this, a man approached us. He started yelling violent homophobic slurs. He then raised a gun from his lap and fired. John and I had no weapons. We were not threatening anyone. We were grieving, and we were standing side by side when the man fired. Jonathan pushed me out of the way. He saved my life, blah, blah, blah. And then it talks about how much he loves him. But yeah, that's a little more detail into the story of what happened. According to the husband. Yeah.
Yeah, and the local police were saying that was not the case.
Yeah, so this is the one from DL.
Yeah.
As always, be aware of online reports until facts come out. The death of Jonathan Joss is sad. The story presented by his husband doesn't make sense though not entirely impossible. And so far, evidence doesn't support a hate crime. This is from the San Antonio PD. You could always trust the cops. They've always got the best info.
Oh, yeah. When have they ever been wrong?
As San Antonio Police Department, homicide is currently investigating John Joss. Despite online claims of this being a hate crime, currently the investigation has found no evidence to indicate that Mr. Joss's murder was related to his sexual orientation. Okay, if the story about the dog head is true, like, wouldn't they say that? Like, that would be like one of the things. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I could just do a FOIA request for the police report, and then we'll find out next week.
Yeah, so there we go.
Or within a few months, see how they want to keep that one. I don't know. Yeah, because if his little Chihuahua's head was on like their mailbox or something, I don't know, dude. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
But that's definitely something that would come up in a report.
So this
you would think.
This was 9 hours ago. People magazine. Jonathan Joss death investigation determines there was no evidence of a hate crime despite husband's claim, according to police.
So that makes the husband suspect number 1, right? That's fishy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
gonna have to investigate everyone, and that includes the husband, because it's kind of strange. I'm not gonna lie. Even reading that, I want to feel bad. Like if this is legitimate, I feel bad. But when I hear something like a dog head severed and like shooting and all that, and part of me almost thinks this sounds too good to be true.
Well, who was arrested? Who was arrested? Was anyone arrested? Were the neighbors arrested?
Well, they arrested the one guy who was supposedly the perpetrator, a block away from the whole thing.
Okay. So
once again, this is still active, so that's why, they're probably still taking interviews and trying to get to the bottom of everything right now.
Yeah.
I totally trust the cops because nothing they say is ever wrong, and they're always got our best interests at heart.
Right. Smells fishy, and that's weird because there's no women in this story. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
I was
Corey laughed at that. Thank you. Thank you.
Boo.
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay.
I'm just seeing if there was anything else.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like there's any other updates right now.
I don't know. We'll keep an eye on this one and see where this all ends up. Just because I noticed my feed's going insane with people trying to figure out what the fuck happened.
It just had to happen the first day of gay month. Just had to happen.
John Gay Corn, and I don't care.
That was almost the title.
Yeah. Oh man. All right.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense either. That is a weird detail, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Check
Yeah,
it
whatever.
out.
I don't know. It's we'll see how everything ends up going. But I have one more show for us to send everything home to. Some good news.
We were all.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto isn't going to be gay.
You gave it away. I was asking if Dave plays games. Don't cut.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm a big gamer. That's one of my biggest hobbies, actually.
Okay, there we go.
Oh,
well, I brought back the GTA shirt for a reason.
All right, let's roll this beautiful bean footage. Apparently, there's a second trailer. Let's go.
Yeah, they finally released a second trailer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm pumped. I haven't seen this.
Either have I. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Florida.
What you doing up there?
Yep.
I'm
just fixing some leaks.
Seriously,
Looks so
dude,
good.
you got some time on your hands. I got some properties with paying tenants.
Oh, that's why you came by?
What the hell is going on?
Who'd you say? That voice is super familiar. Who'd you say?
My Uncle Jimmy.
No, there's a who's the guy? Who's the voice actor?
It sounds
What
really
you doing
familiar.
up there?
I'm just fixing some leaks.
Seriously, dude, you got some time on your hands. I got some properties with paying tenants.
Oh, that's why you came by?
Just go get me my checks.
See you, Brian. Love you, Jason.
Oh, that looks crazy good.
I'm here for Lucia Caminos. She's supposed to be getting out.
What's your name?
Jason Duval.
I seen you here before.
You might have.
Got him a big booty Latina.
Hey.
Exactly.
Hands above your head, now!
You, stay. The new beginnings.
You break the news, isn't it? Trust me, this place is just the start for us. Ring the bell! Shots, baby!
The only thing that matters is who you know and what you got.
We're gonna get copyright by Michael Jackson.
We're doing
Oh, we absolutely are.
And maybe rock.
Yo, D, this full effect?
Although we are
They
reacting.
got your name, address, they got everything. Us cops, we gotta protect each other.
You and me, Lou. We got this.
We got it.
feels ammunition today. We got more guns
yeah.
than the law allows.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Hey, if you got friends, can you hook me up, please?
Looks good, man. Looks good.
Yeah,
Doesn't.
Mitch, I told you they are.
They
not
shut my
messing
ass
it
up. They shut my ass up. I'll even
They
admit
said,
it.
"Shut the fuck up, Mitchell."
This shit came out days after that episode, and I was just like, "Fuck!" They proved my ass wrong.
For Dave's benefit, Mitch has been saying this is going to be a woke dumpster fire. And
I
it's
thought
be
it
a
was going
garbage
to be.
can.
Yeah, he's like, he's gonna be terrible. It's
I
gonna
was
be
afraid.
terrible.
It wasn't even that
I'm
I
so
thought it was going to be. It was
scared.
like I don't want it to be, man. But
My
like, everything
vagina's
else right
dragging
now
on the
is-
floor. Somebody
everything
get me
else-
Vagisil.
This was the voice actor that I heard. It was him.
I
Yeah.
didn't know his
Okay.
name. Stephen
Yeah.
Root. That's the guy I was thinking it was too. Good.
Yep. Yeah.
Hell
that's
yeah.
him. But anyway, looks good, dude. I'm excited.
That's looking good. Well, in the last episode, we looked at a trailer for a game that the guys from one guy from Rockstar went on to kind of start called Mindseye, and I don't have any video for this next thing.
Thanks.
Because I don't know what else to do because it's just a guy on Discord going insane right now. But the guy who used to work for Rockstar is basically having a breakdown on Discord, accusing Rockstar of sabotaging his new game, and his chief financial officer, as well as, let me get this other title right. Well, anyway, they've both resigned, chief financial officer and chief legal officer. Guys, in a few days, I think we're about to see an absolute shit show around this guy's new game.
I don't even know what Mindseye is.
It was the trailer we watched when we were talking about GTA on the one episode.
Yeah.
Sounds like homie fucked up.
Yeah, I feel like we're about to see shit hit the fan.
I don't know. That game looked. I don't know. That's going to be his first game away from GTA, right? It looked okay. I remember watching that. I was like, yeah, we'll see.
That was kind of my thought. Like, yeah, if it's cool, you know.
I'm not gonna play it again, but I've skimmed through it to try to jog some memories. But,
Yeah. Basically.
I remember this.
Cyberpunk. Yeah.
I remember that guy.
Evil politician.
Yeah. It just doesn't look like it's not the same game, obviously.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
He probably didn't spend a whole decade on it either, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does look pretty good for a new studio, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But when a chief legal officer and a financial officer both leave at once, like days before release, and the guy is currently on Discord claiming that Rockstar is paying YouTubers to make him look bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this sounds like some shit show is going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, that trailer makes me excited. I'm glad it's not any gay shit.
Guys, I've been so glad to be proven wrong.
Well,
Happy
it's not.
for you, Mitch.
It's not over yet. There's still a chance.
If there's still a chance, I should we make a slap bet? Someone gets slapped if it ends up being gay.
No,
dude,
no.
Smack the fuck out of someone.
Okay,
Yeah, if it's gay, I'm slapping you across the face with a rainbow dildo, Mitch.
Wait, who thinks it's going to be gay? Just Mitch, right?
Not anymore.
Just Mitch.
Not anymore.
I haven't been
Mitch has to
following
take
this,
the gay position now because he was the one who was
I
the
am.
gay position.
I have recanted my position.
All right, so
So
here's
nobody's getting slapped. Got it.
no. It doesn't matter. Your vote's already been cast. It's too late. You voted for this. You get what you deserve. Okay. Here's what it
You
is.
voted for this.
If it's gay, Mitch gets to slap all of us. But if it's not gay, we all get to slap Mitch. Yeah,
I'll flip it in, Mitch. I'll do it.
I'll slip it in Mitch too. We
There you
can do it together, Rob.
We all get to slip Mitch. That's right.
We all get to slip it in Mitch.
Dave, come on in.
Yeah, you can come too. You can go.
He's got a lot of holes. He's a good.
Just
man.
do the little white girl meme.
That's right.
That's all right.
Mm-mm. Mitch is like,
All right.
I'm gonna come.
That's right.
Anyway.
Now I can't hit it. Yeah, I can't hit the button now. It'd be redundant. All right. Another one. You got anything else, Mitch?
That was all the fun that I had for tonight's little go home show here.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
Guys, I'm proud of us. Dave, thanks for joining us. We had to do 2 a week for what, a month and a half now?
It was a while.
Crazy.
Yeah, to get to the 150 number.
I'm glad we can slow the pace a little bit now.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Are we ready for LPF boys? Are your bags packed?
No.
Are your dicks hard?
Bag's not packed yet. I need to pack.
Are your butts plugged?
Butts wide open for you, baby. Let's go. Butts wide open.
Where's your convention this year, guys?
Daytona Beach.
Yeah.
At the Daytona.
All right. I hope you guys have a good convention, man. For real.
Hell yeah, man.
Definitely I'm gonna go watch the NASCAR race. I'm not even gonna be there.
He's not even gonna go.
Fuck you piece of shit.
Don't have LPF Con in Daytona.
Josh,
on
are
the
you
Daytona
going?
500.
Oh yeah, I'm flying out. I'm doing the little shooting event with Spike Cohen. I'm gonna be at the VIP event there. We're gonna be doing the live stream of the whole convention. Me, Tim, and maybe Mitch and Rob if they can, drag their asses out of bed and show up.
I'm the one bringing the equipment, you dick. I'm gonna be
like I said, if Rob can drag his ass out of bed, he been fucking bitches and getting money all night doing his comedy shit. I get it.
First of all, they pulled. All right, I don't even want to get into it. Yeah,
Joke's on you. There are no bitches.
In a soft spot there. There's no bitches at the LPF convention, dude.
I mean, there's a couple bitches. I mean,
like you and Mitch will be there, so there's a few.
Hey!
Well, I'm sharing a room with you.
I know. All right, here we go. I'll send us off with this one. Trigger, you coming in way too late with the 700 Korean soldiers. We had a different time, but here we go. I'll send us off with this one.
All right. Yep.
Good catch.
Got that snake, baby.
I'm a snake. I'm a snake.
Grab
I'm
him.
a snake. I'm a slithery little sneaky snake.
Okay.
Anyway.
That's hilarious.
Good night, everyone. We'll see you.
Well, no, Dave, plug your stuff. Tell people
your stuff.
Oh, fuck. Right.
Yeah, I guess DaveBenner.com. You can find my Twitter at dbenner83, and I also run Liberty Vault on YouTube. So thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. Hope your convention rules, and keep killing it out there for Liberty, boys.
All right.
Thank you, dude.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for coming on again. Peace.
Peace.
I'm a snake.
Why'd you do that again?
I'm a snake. I'm a slithery little sneaky snake.
That's funny. All right. I got to hop off.